Hello and good day to all of you beautiful, beautiful people, the people of the light. I wanted to come on here really quickly and to just have a conversation person to person, with the people of the light really quick. And specifically to talk about some subject matters that illuminate the abracadabra tactics. I like to call the abracadabra tactics of the people in these fake positions of power that we have all over the place. Okay, especially if you're here in America. Okay, and these individuals, do a multitude of things that are what I like to call abracadabra tactics. I call them abracadabra tactics because they make absolutely no sense. They have no foundation, and it's literally just mind control magic, right? That these people do to try to keep the people controlled, keep the people suppressed, and keep the people in a state of survival. Okay? When we're talking about consciousness, the lower realms of consciousness are directly connected to survival paradigms, a survival paradigm. Okay? And this is where they want to keep the majority of people, because once you supersede that survival paradigm, okay, which most people are in, once you supersede it, then you have your power back. Okay? You have your power back. Let's talk about some of the abracadabra tactics that these people do. Okay? And ways that we can demand as the people of this country that it stop. For one, the Federal Reserve. Okay? The Federal Reserve. We as Americans who are tax-paying individuals, okay, if you're assuming everyone watching this video is a tax-paying individual, I know I am, okay, we pay taxes. We pay money into a system, okay, in every single way, whether we're grocery shopping, if we're working a 9-to-5 job, you're paying taxes, that's coming out of your check. You're paying taxes every time you open up your wallet to pay for something, you're taxed. Okay? And, we have a right to see exactly what's going on when it comes down to the economics of this country. So when I'm talking about the Federal Reserve, they say all these things about how we're in debt, we're in trillions and trillions of dollars in debt and so on and so forth, right? What do you mean? And where are the books? Meaning, where is the evidence? Where is the live, day by day, moment by moment ledger, okay, that shows what this country, what these people are doing with the money, when they're doing it, how they're doing it, why they're doing it. I mean, as it's happening, live. Does something like that exist? I don't think it does, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it does. Because, see, for them to do that, it would expose their corruption. Okay? We have a right as people who pay into a system to see moment by moment, second by second, what's going on with the money. What's going on with the money, who you're sending it to, how much you're sending, why you're sending it, and then we need to approve too. We need to approve as well. Okay? The Federal Reserve, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, was created after they ended the gold standard. Okay? They took all the gold, okay, and they printed this paper. Okay? They started printing this paper and handing it out to people. Okay? Has anybody watching this video actually been into the Federal Reserve building? This is what I'm saying, abracadabra tactics. Okay? So there's this random building, this random Federal Reserve building that exists that, they have this printer that prints all the money. We need a live feed. The people of this country, we need to demand a live feed daily, a daily 24-hour, 24/7 live feed of the money being printed in this building, what they do with it, okay, after it's printed, who it goes to, okay, and how it's divided, how it's sent out, spent, all of it. Okay, a live feed of it being printed, because the idea that they have the ability to print this stuff, this fake paper, okay, that they've convinced everyone we need to go get this fake paper, okay, And it's literally, there's no intrinsic value to the money that we have in our pockets right now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's none. There's no intrinsic value. So like gold and silver, that has intrinsic value. Why? Because it's backed by the earth. Okay, this stuff that they're printing is not backed by anything. It's fiat. Okay, meaning no intrinsic value. Okay, so you're telling me that you're printing all this stuff, you're printing this fake stuff, and you're saying that I need it to survive, and then you're gonna give me a certain limit of how much you're giving to me, but meanwhile give yourselves raises whenever you choose. I think Congress just did that actually a few days ago. They just gave themselves a bunch of raises without asking us anything. They didn't ask us if we thought that they deserve. None of them deserve a raise. Okay, they didn't ask us, the people, if we deserve a raise, if we think that they deserve a raise. Excuse me. They didn't ask us. They just did it. They just did it for themselves. You see this Abra kadabra stuff that they do? These people work for us. When we elect these people into position, they work for us. Okay? It shouldn't be a situation where they are calling for where they are calling meetings, okay? And having press conferences, okay, just for themselves, okay, when they want to. We as the people should be able to say, you know what, all of y'all, we want a meeting right now. We need to sit down with y'all right now because, people are struggling. People are not able to pay their grocery bills. People are not able to make day-to-day decisions that they should be able to make. Okay, people should be able to should be able to wake up and decide that they want to go to the grocery store and buy something for their family to eat, and not have to decide whether they are gonna buy something to eat or pay their electric bill so that they have heat. Okay, this is not a decision that the people of this country should have to make. Okay. Okay, hardworking individuals. These are bare necessities that the people of this country should have, especially when the people in these fake positions of power, especially when they have multiple mansions, they have multiple cars, they're flying around on private jets and stuff like that. I mean, the level of greed, okay, that these individuals have. I'm talking about in all areas of human activity. Labor, law, economics, sex, education, all the people who are at the top of these areas of human activity, and they all have too much to even ever use. Okay, this is what the abracadabra they do. Okay, and the literal only reason why it's still continuing this way, where there's a small group of people who persists while other people and have all this stuff that they could never even use, while other people are literally working 5 days out of the week out of 7. Think about that. You work 5 days out of the week out of 7 days. That's the whole week. So you only have 2 days, most people, to even enjoy your family, enjoy life. Then you work from most people 9 to 5. So by the time you get out of work, no more sunlight. You're not getting the natural, vitamin D from the sun. The joy that you feel when you're in daylight. So people walk around depressed because you literally go to work from sun up to sundown. By the time you get home, your family's tired. Your kids are probably sleeping, some people, and all of these things. Okay. So these are the types of things that have to begin to be brought into question by people. Not to mention the fact that, most of us get our work permits when we're 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, right? You start working, you start slaving, giving your energy, okay, to people in these corporations and whatnot. Okay. And then because to be a slave is different than being of service. Okay, these are two different things. This country has made it slavery, because you're telling me that I have to work from sunrise to sunset, which sounds like what they did in the cotton fields, to be honest. Okay, that's what it sounds like. And then you're going to tell me I have to work majority of my week I have to dedicate to the slavery. And then I have to make a decision of whether I want to buy milk this week or bread this week. Some people have to, some people have to make that type of a choice. I'm grateful that I am above water, and if you're watching this and you're above water, be very grateful that you are, because there's a lot of people who are not. But my point is, regardless to how we're doing as individuals, we need to look at the collective, okay? And the collective right now is being mistreated in basic ways, in ways that it should not be. Okay, it should not be. So some of this stuff needs to be relooked at. Okay, big time. And I believe that we need to we need to demand that the people in this government, that we have a live feed of the Federal Reserve building printing this money. Because what do you mean we're trillions and trillions of dollars in debt? What are y'all doing? And then in debt for so you can print the money, print more, right? Like but then you'll have somebody come up here with glasses on and a tie, said he went to some freaking school called Harvard, and you know, because you're supposed to think in your mind, this is another abracadabra thing they do. You're supposed to think that these people who go to these schools and they say, oh, well, I went to Harvard, and they have some glasses on. Okay, don't let them be a non-melanated individual. Then they really have some, you know, right? They really know what they're talking about, because this is the programming that they put into people's minds, right? But they come up here and try to convince you that it makes sense. Well, no, you know, well, we can't just print more, because how that? No, because I'm pretty sure I can just print I can go make my own version of $1 and just keep printing it. All I need is more paper. You know, not that I'm suggesting that we cut down any more freaking trees either, okay? But I'm just saying, you know, so it's just insane at this point is what it is. So you're telling me that you guys are printing this money and you're going to come up with all these excuses as to why you can't print more, you know, why you can't do all this stuff. We need a live feed, a 24/7 live feed of the Federal Reserve and them printing the money as it's being printed, cut, all that live 24/7. And then we need a public record ledger daily of what this government is doing with the money, moment by moment by moment. They write a check, we should see it. We should see it. Because, you know, we pay taxes, right? In every which way. We pay taxes. Meanwhile, people drive down the street and hit a pothole and get a flat tire because they don't even fix the roads. They don't even fix the roads. They don't fix them. Okay? They don't fix the roads. So what are we paying taxes for? What are we paying taxes for? And at any moment in time, people, we could stop this. We could stop it. We could say, you know what? We're not playing your game anymore. Okay? We're not playing your game anymore. Listen, this is a projected reality. I'm telling you, this is a projected reality that we are experiencing. Think of it like a game. It's not a game, okay? It's not a game because our souls are real. Our souls are here for a reason and a purpose, okay? And part of that reason and purpose is to be of service to others. Not to be slaves, though, okay? But to be of service to others, okay? And to have a joyous life, to have bliss and joy, and to be able to grow and bloom into your beautiful potential that you have a birthright to bloom into, okay? That's your birthright. Okay, people of the light, you have a birthright. Okay, and these people in these fake positions of power, they do everything they do everything that they can to, one, keep your frequency down so you can't connect to the divine. You can't find out who you really are. You can't see beyond the veils, right? Because if you do, then you would realize, more people that see beyond the veils, then you're going to start to realize that this right here is a projected reality. If you think of it like a game, and I'm saying that just as an example, okay? Because this really is a projected reality, okay, ladies and gentlemen, okay? A matrix of sorts, as they say, okay? An avatar scenario, okay? So if that's the case, okay, look at it that way. In a video game, if you're playing, right, you don't want to do something in the game, you just turn around and don't do it. Okay? If there's two routes for you to go in the game, you can choose one route or choose that route. Okay? All we have to do as people in this country is just choose a different route. Okay? Choose a different route. We need to stand up for our rights as a people and stop letting this government bully us into a situation where they have everything under the sun. Everything under the sun. Okay? In this realm. Okay? Because in the spiritual realm, they don't have anything. But in this realm, okay, they have everything under the sun, okay? Meanwhile, we are participating in their abracadabra antics. And when all we have to do is stop and say collectively that we're no longer going to do this. We're no longer going to sit back and let you tax us out the woo-ha, and then we still got to drive down roads where, you know, there's potholes everywhere, and I got to worry about hitting a pothole, getting and fixing my car, and then got, good luck on trying to get your insurance company to deal with this. Another thing, this insurance nonsense, okay, that's going on. How about we do universal health care, okay? But see, this is where we move into the next thing when we're talking about people in the medical profession. I have a background in the medical profession, okay? And I'm telling you right now, that's another thing, okay? Nurses are underpaid and undervalued. Doctors are, I would venture to say that they probably feel the same way. I can speak personally for nurses, okay? Personally, okay? And underpaid and undervalued, okay? But then what do they do for us nurses? What do they do for us? They tell you that you can't go work independently. That's what they tell you as a nurse. They tell you that you have to go become a nurse practitioner at minimum to go work independently as a nurse. I call BS. No. These are the types of things that need to stop. Because as a nurse with your skill set, you should be able to go work privately and for people in your neighborhood without them telling you that, okay, well, you can't do that. You have to work under this corporation, or you have to work under, or I could take my skills that I paid to go to school to do and go work freely and independently as an independent contractor and be a nurse. I don't have to go back to school to be a nurse practitioner. It shouldn't be that way. I should take my skills and go serve people who want my skills. Okay, I'm not saying that as a nurse you should be going to people's homes and trying to perform heart surgery. Okay, but if you can find a group of people in your neighborhood, because this is what it means to be of service. Okay, not a slave. To take your skill sets and to bring your skill sets and offer your skill sets to people who require it, people who need it. Nurses, do you know how many people there are in your community that would love to have a nurse come by? The elderly people who can't afford to go into the hospitals, but they just need somebody to come check their blood pressure. They need somebody to come, help them around the house or help them do stuff that we do for these corporations. But see, they try to stop you from taking your personal skill set and go using it for your own independence and in your own way. Not to mention the fact that people, nurses and other people in the medical field, your mental health is torn to shambles, okay, while you're working these jobs. Okay, torn to shambles because you're in a condition that is completely toxic. Okay, you're not valued. You're working so hard. You're not balanced. Okay, your work-life balance is not balanced. Okay, and this is not just for nurses. This is for most people. There's something called a work-life balance, and they have made this very, very, very imbalanced. Okay, and it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay at all, okay? And it needs to stop. And all that we need to do, beautiful people, is stop participating, stop playing their game. Just stop playing their game. Stop playing their game. If we all just said, you know what? This is a projected reality. This is a game, okay? I get that we all have to survive and, stuff like that. That's obvious, okay? But see, they shouldn't get to survive off our backs. Okay, they should not get to survive off of our backs. Meanwhile, they get to go, do whatever they wish, whenever they wish. Okay, but no. And all we have to do is just stop letting it happen. All we have to do is just come together and say, no, we're not going to pay taxes. What are you doing for this country for us to be paying taxes for everything? No. So you people can just have more money and more things? No. Give me a reason to want to pay taxes. That's all we would have to do collectively. All we would have to do collectively is say, no, we're not okay with Congress and these people giving themselves raises without asking them if they deserve a raise. Now, if you want to raise at your job, what you got to go do? Excuse me, it says in my contract that perhaps after 5 years I may be able to get a few dollars raise, and I just want no, but then they want to tell you that you can't take your skills and work independently without going through a whole bunch of loops and stuff so that they can still try to have control over what you do independently. We're supposed to be free. It's supposed to be a free nation, okay? All this abracadabra stuff these people do, okay? And then they want to, come and have press conferences when they want to. No, we the people should be able to call them to the table when we want to. No, all of y'all get together right now. Let's go. Get something on. I don't care what you put on, and come to the table. The people want to have a conversation with you about what's going on in this country and how and why you people think that we just gonna sit back and continue to watch you lie to our faces about everything, number one, mistreat us, number two, okay, and then go around flaunting what you have all over the place. All over the place. When you have people struggling, and then you give people, and then you go and print. You say you can't give the people of this country anything, but you can go print some more money to go give to other places. You got Israel over there causing all sorts of havoc, and this country still gives money to them to continue their terrorism that they're doing over there. But you can't take no money and support the people that are in this country. You see? You see, all we have to do is say, no, you know, we want to know where you people, and that's another thing too. When these people that we put into office are going to meetings in different countries and environments and stuff like that, and doing things, we need notes from that meeting. When you're going, why you're going, who you're meeting, and notes from that meeting, if not recordings. If not recordings. I don't want to hear nothing about, okay, well, that's against, you know, that would affect the security. Okay, the same security that's telling us that there's things flying in the sky, but y'all don't even know what it is and how to deal with it, which they're lying about. They're lying about that too, you know. So again, this abracadabra stuff, okay? I'm telling you, beautiful people, you have the ability to be your own magician. Okay, if you're of the light, and if you just get your frequency up high enough and connect to the divine, you have the potential to make your own magic happen in your life. And I'm telling you now that these people do not want you to realize that. They do not want you to realize that. That is the last thing that they want, is for you to realize that. Okay, so I say all that to say, stop letting this system do what it's doing to us. So to you and to us, if we just stand up as a collective, okay, that's another thing. They want to keep everybody divided, okay, because God forbid, not really though, heaven allow the people of the light to unify and recognize that on a basic human level, this is all out of whack, okay? Enough is enough. Enough is enough is enough is enough is enough is enough. Okay? And all we got to do is just say, you know what? We good. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. No more of us just, you know, struggling, and you get to go play golf in all these fancy places. You got 10 mansions that you don't even stay in, because how could one person and one family stay in all these different places at once? And you got people who are living in studio apartments and can barely afford that. And these people do this and think that it's okay. And then the people, I don't, but there's people who still like actually go and vote these people in, thinking that they're going to change a thing. Now, I'm not saying everybody who's voted into positions are all bad people, but what I'm saying is the ones at the top, they don't care about us. They don't care about us, okay? They just want to keep doing this and perpetuating the cycle, okay, ladies and gentlemen? And we have the power to break the cycle. That is what this new age that we're moving into is about, is breaking cycles, breaking generational curses, breaking cycles, and making a stand against this abracadabra antics, because none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. And if we keep allowing it, all that's going to occur is these people are going to continue to make more and more and more and more and more, while other people make nothing. Okay? So I challenge everybody who watches this video to just take a second and realize and just think about some of the things that I'm saying. Okay? Because you know deep down inside you feel what I'm saying. Okay? Unless you just enjoy just being taken advantage of. Okay? And so if you feel anything that I just said, then I challenge you to let's find a way to stop and make these changes that need to be made, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, okay, as we continue this great shift, okay? Because yes, it's about love, okay, ultimately, but we're not going to sit back and love a system, okay, that is trying to destroy us, trying to destroy our happiness, trying to take everything away from us. You, like I said, you get your work permits when you're, in your teens, and they want you to retire when you're in your 60s. No. It doesn't make any sense. So I just wanted to say that on this beautiful day, and I hope you stay well, stay safe. Ashe.